Hi, Sabelle. Happy
Hello.
Thursday. Hello, people out there, wonderful, amazing people that you see this and you hear this and you watch us. It's wonderful to be here with my precious friend Sabelle.
Hey,
And
hey.
all the way, we both are in America. I am in California
And
and
I'm in Michigan,
in Michigan.
and the sun is out today.
Well, it's good you're looking for the sun out. We came here because we want to see the rain.
Oh, yeah,
And we
you moved from LA, right? You were in
and
LA
we
and now
moved,
you are.
yes, we moved temporarily from LA. We've
Mhm.
moved like 8 months ago, and in 8 months we will be back, or a bit shorter. So we're back in LA in the neck of the wood where I used to live in Marina del Rey, and it's been pouring with rain. Right now it's sunny, but
Mhm.
we're looking for more rain and cold weather. I don't like the desert weather. I'm not a
So
dry,
what's the temperature?
windy.
What's the temperature? Can you still talk in Celsius or you talk in Fahrenheit?
I think this is far. It's a centigrade, isn't it, for Europe? This right now here is you and I are the same, but centigrade.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
I talk Celsius and not Fahrenheit. So like right now here in Michigan, the weather is in Auburn Hills, 16 degrees Celsius, which is
oh,
great.
oh, oh, okay. So I think we're in centigrade. If I'm not certain how you call it, but this is um in where is this?
Fahrenheit. You're in
Oh my God,
Fahrenheit.
it's showing me the India where we are, which is unusual 68. And it's last week when we left, it was 104. So I don't know what has been happening. The weather has changed like crazy.
I think 68 is better than 100 because 600 is like super
Yes,
warm.
lady. Right now, Marina del Rey is 58. So it's 10 degrees cooler than India. But my God, it's so dry and it's so dusty. No, 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 no.
Anyway,
Winter.
you're looking amazing. I'm loving the blonde, the hair and the
Baby
view.
girl,
Your
this
view
is
is
not
beautiful.
blonde. This is all white.
I love it. I am turning white too. Can you see? My
No.
blonde is all gone, and then the gray
Oh,
is
that's not
coming.
blonde? I thought you
I
put
mean,
blonde in it.
I had the whole hair blonde,
Yes, which I
and
love it.
now there is just a little of the blonde left, but the rest is gray. So it's my natural gray
Oh,
that's
it's
coming.
beautiful.
So I'm
Oh,
gonna
it's
be like
beautiful.
you.
It's nice to be. It's just I couldn't be bothered. It's just too much work, and I thought,
It
forget
is.
it.
It
No
is.
way.
It
So
is a lot of. Mhm.
tell me about you. I hear that you launched something really special last Saturday. I don't want to ruin it, so I'll let you go on about it, girlfriend.
Yes, thank you for asking. Actually, my vision came reality last Saturday. So I started this movement called Woman of Worth.
Mhm.
And it's simple. It's just women coming together, connecting heart to heart, creating a wonderful bond. Okay. And so on Saturday, I hosted the first brunch where women came to experience what I call the Sabelle experience. Okay. And it's all about connecting, being together, but also me sharing my experience in like, how to raise amazing children, how to be the best version of yourself. Okay, why it is important to make sense of your past, how to have the meaningful relationships. Because I am a lifelong learner. I am signed up in all of these trainings. I do interpersonal neurobiology. I am, studying trauma. I'm doing all of that. And I felt like, forever, my desire, my heart vibrates for women. And I remember writing an article 2 years ago in 2021. And when I wrote the article, I didn't know that the content and the purpose of this article was going to become my life mission. I
Mm,
just had this ache, and the name of the article was Better Woman for a Better World.
mhm,
I was at church and I saw this family coming, this mom holding a young boy. He
mhm,
was probably 4 or 5, and there was all the misery of the world, the sadness of the world in the eyes of this little boy. He was tired, he was trying to sleep, and he was so sad. And you could see that the mom seemed tired, she seemed lost, and you could tell that she has been crying all night. And I couldn't be focused on the service. And they came to sit in front of me. And so my heart aches, and I was imagining what must have been the life of this woman. And now, whatever her life, her son was suffering from it. She couldn't see her son. She couldn't look at her son. She couldn't help her son because herself needed that help. And so I wrote that article and I said, and that day the pastor talked about the Good Samaritan. I said, we keep on, talking about the Good Samaritan. We're always asked to give money here, but are we even seeing our neighbor, right? And I just imagine how the world could be better if moms were better, because if this woman was better, if she was happy, if she wasn't suffering, she would be able to see her son. She would be able to soothe her son. The son would feel safe and secure. Okay. And so I made it my mission that day. I wrote it. I said, I want to dedicate my life in helping moms become better so that they can raise better children. And fast forward, 3 years, I launched the Woman of Worth. That is going to be 3 services. There is the club. The club is a getting together, and that's what we did on Saturday. In the next 3 days, I'm going to launch the Woman of Worth services, and that is going to be practical services to moms. It's not like me saying good words for you to get better. I am going to go and help you in your home. I am going to help postpartum moms. I am going to make dinners for a family. I am going to be a mom for the day. I am going to, still offer my coaching services, but I am bringing together all of these practical, real services, what the mom need. And my focus is really on moms who just have a baby for 6 weeks. We call it the postpartum time. And it takes about 6 weeks after you have a baby for your hormones and everything to get, balanced. So I'm going to do that. And the third thing is going to be the Woman of Worth Foundation. And for that, I am partnering with 99 other women. So 100 of us are going to come together and create this foundation that is going to help vulnerable moms. We're going to nurture them. We're going to offer them 2 hours a day when they have a baby, where we're going to go help them so they can take care of their children. And it is going to be launched, if everything goes well, on January 1st, 2024. So that is what Woman of Worth is about. And I'm very excited about it.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's absolutely magnificent. Congratulations, darling.
Well, thank you. Thank you. But it's really for the woman, honestly. And so I just feel like I have my, that is what really moves me. I love looking beautiful, all of it in beautiful clothes. But I'm like, what? What I want now is how can I help you concretely? How can I have my hands dirty and help you? I'll go into your home and then I'll help you. I'll give you exactly what you need.
Wonderful.
How can I help you, Fari?
It's so beautiful. That's great that you do that. That's marvelous that you were set on one thing and you say it's the mothers, it's the women. This is what I want to do. That is my mission. And I think that's fantastic that you have that and you're taking steps. You yourself being a mother of 3 kids, of which I know it's very difficult. I am blessed not to have children. I chose not to have children, and I love every second of it because all my nephews and my nieces and my friends' children are my children.
Yes, you can really love them. You don't have that because it's hard.
How can you not? Yeah. The minute my nephews or anybody has any problem, the very first one before their parents they call, I get the call.
You get the call, and you can be fully present, right? Because you don't have to carry the burden that of the day-to-day work of being a mom.
Right. And I watched
really come and help.
Yes. I watched my sisters going through it, and I was the second mom to the kids, but I just know that it's such a difficult responsibility. I do know that it's wow, how much work is involved to be a good mother. Because being a mother, anybody can get pregnant and give birth. That's not being a
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah.
But being a true mother,
Mm-hmm.
to invest your life, your health, and everything to raise those kids, it's something, the biggest job, the most difficult job in the world is to be a mother. It's a job that you never get a day off, you never have sick days, you never have vacations. Whatever you have is all about the child. And I just think at its most being so valuable to be a mother and be so just delightful that you have those kids. It's also such an unfair job that you never get paid enough for.
You never get paid enough. And
No.
honestly, you know, it is so like, for me, we have this messy world. And I remember that woman who was also saying it, I can't remember her name, Ian Lavanzant. She's saying that, and I totally agreed with her when she said it. She said it on the Ultimate Coach podcast, one of the first episodes. And she said, those, you know, people who are harming other people, the mass murderers, you know, the people who go, even the kids who go and shoot other kids in a school, all of what's the common thread? The common thing is that they all have a broken heart. She said the problem of the world is brokenheartedness. If you look at the story, and Gabor Mate also, I know you and I, we love him.
Of course.
He talked about it in the Wisdom of Trauma. If you look at why those people are in prison, they will all tell you a story of, I remember when I was a baby when my dad left, or I remember when I was a baby and somebody was beating on me, or I remember. So it all stems from a broken heart sometime when they were little.
Absolutely.
They say, even Bessel van der Kolk, who is one of the biggest also trauma doctors, says every trauma, most of them, is between 0 and 5 years. What happens to you? What happened to you is also what determined the rest of your life. Oprah and Bruce Perry wrote a book called What Happened to You, right? Bessel van der Kolk wrote The Body Keeps the Score. Then Gabor Mate wrote, you know, When the Body Says No, and we all know it. So you keep it in your heart. It's broken, you know, broken heart symptom. And then the way it manifests in the world is you being incapable to show love to people. So you think that the world is a hostile place. You don't see the world as loving. Fari, look at you. You love everyone. You know, you had your trauma, but you did the work. And now when you see people, you were saying, I call everyone my love. I was like, what? I am not only your love. It's not only me. You call everyone my love, my love, my love, right? Because you don't see the world as hostile. But most of those people who hurt others, they see the world as hostile because nobody was able to love them. Nobody saw them. And that is a symptom of broken heart. That's why I want to love a woman. Because if you are loved, you also can love others. That's how it works, right?
Definitely. You know, when you say you want to love on women and the trauma comes from our childhood, I am a child of a trauma.
Yeah.
I'm the result of a trauma myself. But living in that trauma and just wanting to feed it constantly wasn't serving me until I learned better. Living your trauma and letting your trauma making you pick up a gun and go shoot somebody else is all of a personal choice. Life is all about a choice. And that's what I keep on talking all the time. I was just coaching my client who's a very active doctor right now in another state. And I was just saying, the trauma, whether you like it or not, is going to come to us one way or another.
Now, it's showing up in your everyday life. You don't even need to go to the
every
past.
day.
Yeah.
And it's an everyday work on yourself. The reason I call everybody my love and I call everybody darling, sweetheart, like when I go here and there with my husband and there's a guy there that whether I know them, I said, oh, thank you, my love. They just say, oh, how come you're calling me a love? I said, everybody is my love until they prove me otherwise.
Yeah.
And when I say my love, it reminds me, I made it to become part of my conversation when I talk to people, or even when I write. I just like write Sabelle, darling, only because when I do that, it reminds me that I should come from a place of love,
Yes.
not from the place of hatred, not from a place of what was done to me in the past.
Mhm.
That is all stopped by me using positive words and being positive, looking at everything else and everybody else.
But it didn't come to you
And
this way, right? You did some work to get there.
this is what I was about to tell you. And I said, I chose that because it's been a constant work and it hasn't finished yet.
Yeah.
The minute you feel, oh, you're all set and you're done, something comes in your life, boom, you just say, oh my
Yes,
God. I'm
that's
back
where
again.
you're like, okay, ready to be stretched some more.
That's it. That's why this is not like you don't eat one-time lunch and say, I'm good for the rest of my life. In
Yeah.
few hours time, you're hungry,
I love that
right?
analogy.
You want
Exactly
dinner.
that. Yeah.
And then again, a few hours time, you want breakfast.
Yeah.
It's that continuous, what's the word for it? Continuity of using everything in your power that brings you in this moment of happiness and gratitude and appreciation. Otherwise, we can always be a victim. I want to be a size 20 because of what was done to me, what was said to me. I want to be a drug addict because of whatever happened. I want to
It's
be an
not even, do you think
alcoholic.
it's I want to be? It's I let myself be. It's like I nourish, I feed
Yeah,
the negative.
sometimes, like, well, when I say sometimes, most of the time, because I've been in fitness for 32 years here and the coaching, is that constantly I get that from the clients. I want to be here because I am not able to let go of all this agony. And I said, you know why you're not letting go? Is yes. And I said, because you choose to.
Hmm.
Everything is in your power to
Hmm.
change it and to shift it.
Hmm.
I could have stayed being miserable and sad and have sorrow and be the massive woman that I used to be size-wise when I went to England from I'm short, I'm only barely 5'5", from a 205 pounds weight. I got myself to go down to be 130 pounds weight. And that all became later on to make me become a fitness trainer and a coach because I lived that painful life and I wanted to feed it to others that how to not go my painful path.
Yeah, it's
How
I
you
get
can choose to be from a place of love. Love and hate, they're next door neighbors.
yes.
How do you look? You marry somebody and you say, until death takes us apart, and we love them and we adore them. And when we want to get divorced from them, we can't stand them. Love and hate, they're next door neighbors. But how do we choose to create a wall in between it from this neighborhood and separate them and just kind of get rid of hate forever? And replace it with more and nourish more love, more wanting, more learning, more being, more rejuvenating your heart and soul to be a better
But
person.
Fari, that's why what we do is so important, because that's something we can't do alone. You know,
Yeah.
we need community. We need someone to pick us
That's
up.
why they want coaches like you and
Yes,
I.
because when people hear you now, or when they don't get the whole context, they'll be like, okay, I am a loser, because I've been trying and I can't do it. And the thing is, we did it, we keep on doing it because we surround ourselves with the right people, with the right help. I follow a guy, his name is Robin Sharma. He's amazing. You probably know him. He's the one who wrote the monk who sold his Ferrari. And his last book, The Everyday Hero, is amazing, is wonderful. And he says, he has a team working with him. He has his coach, his psychotherapist, his massage therapist, his dietitian, his, list them all, because to remain healthy in every aspect, you can get there alone. So we get better because we are surrounded. And for us women, God created us somehow to be in community. God himself created us people because he wanted a family. But as women, we know it. We need our like-hearted. Matt, my new coach, he's the one who said, you know what? I was telling him, I want like-minded woman. He said, Sabelle, you want like-hearted woman. Yes, you want like-hearted woman, but you are looking for a woman with the same heart as you. I was like, yes, that's it. Like-hearted woman. God, we don't even need to talk. We understand one another.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturday, I had 10 ladies here. We were all sitting and sharing a story from a random card. Can you believe that all of us, there was a common thread? So we saw that, oh my goodness, there were physicians, we had a vice president of a bank, we had, an educator, we had a nurse, all of it, but what we had in common, we had a common thing. I'm not going to talk about it here because, it's our, we were really connected privately, but we all had the same thread. So we are all the same. And because we are together, okay, in community, we can encourage, support one another grow.
Mm-hmm.
You and I are coaches. We have our coach and we
Right.
coach people to
Absolutely.
get there, right?
Absolutely. It's just like we need help. Like I always say, a dentist doesn't pull his own tooth out.
I love that, your analogies.
Eye doctor cannot check his own eye problem.
Mhm.
A coach needs a coach. I have two coaches. I have a business coach and then I have a mental coach, daily coach. I need someone that would show me the way for a better way for me to soar in life and not
And to check you,
Yes,
check you.
to set you in and put you in a right check-in. And even when I was doing my fitness, it's actually is in this very building. That's so funny. I've been working here in this gym and here since 1998. Is a community of homes and a massive, beautiful gym that they had here. I worked in this gym in this place since 1998, and I had my own office in the middle of a gym with my name on it, and it says Pilates Studio. And then we'd go in, and then we'd be coaching. Even I was teaching people, I had my own
Trainer.
teacher, and I'm a certified yoga teacher, but everybody needs somebody to lift them up, to show them and keep them in a direct message.
Because we don't see ourselves,
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing wrong with having coaches.
I have a coach.
That's the best word. Yeah.
I have a therapist. I have a group of coach friends. I have a group of, regular friends. I have a group of moms. I just surround myself with, everyone. And I learn from everyone. I learn from everyone, every experience.
Yes. And the more you learn, the more you realize, on the other hand, you don't need to be liked by everybody. Mm-hmm. This is a very hard thing to do. It's very difficult to get everyone to like you and accept you. And the more you learn about your spirituality, about everything that you've been going through, you realize that it's okay for some people not to like me.
You don't even notice them.
Anyway.
You don't even notice them.
But if you notice them, like this actually happened a couple of nights ago, and somebody said, yeah, that person is not comfortable with you, doesn't like you. I said, I still send him my blessings. It's okay that you find that someone doesn't like you. You cannot make people like you all the time. That's one of the part of a growth that I had through all these traumas. And I was listening with my incredible, I'm numb with joy with Byron Katie. That I thought I'm only learning from her for that 100+ hours that we did with her last March, a couple of months ago. Oh no, is still continuing to this day. I thought I'm just paying that gigantic money just for that 10 hours, 10 days, but no, it's gone through and still is. And she goes, rejoice the moment that people or someone comes and tells you that they don't like you, because you learn more about yourself. You become stronger in yourself. They don't like you not because you did something harm to them. It's just they choose not to. And then you choose to learn more about you. Mm-hmm. Rejoice in that moment. Mm-hmm. And that's what's good to come and talk in these places and share with people. Like when you say you have a heart for women, I have a heart for humanity altogether, men and women.
Men
I
and women. I
just
like
want to
men too, but I would
yeah,
rather just focus on women and
which is
mom
perfect. There's
and
nothing wrong with it.
children.
But I have worked with men and women for the last 32 years. So I have a hard time to separate that. I don't know how to separate it. For me, they're all one. And for me, it's just if somebody needs my guidance, my wisdom, my love, I'm open to, I surrender. And I said, bring them all in. All the love that I have in me is not for me to keep, is for me to share, period.
Yeah.
Men and women in every aspect. And just like it got me to become the relationship coach, not relationship necessarily between men and a woman, a mother with the children, a father with the kids, with co-workers, with sisters and brothers, mother, father, sister, brother, everybody. They have problems. And that's what it comes to for me to get in and want to talk and teach and help and coach, is because I've lived it.
Yeah.
I've lived that animosity. Somebody said, oh, where is your degree from? I do have a few, but I didn't want to talk about it.
Lived experience,
Degree,
Ellie.
I mean, yes, I've got all these certifications, if it means anything, which it doesn't. But, and I just said to her, I said, I don't own one single certification from any school that you want me to impress you about. I have no education, none whatsoever, in those kind of a schooling that you're expecting me to see. I have one PhD that no one can get it like I got, and no one can take that away from me. She goes, what's that? I said, I have PhD from life, from the agony of life. And my PhD made me become as bold, as gutsy, and as loving as I am today.
Love it.
And that's what we both are. We both have built on what we had to go through life. So as Gabor Mate, whom I adore, as you know, says, people are not addicted. The heroin addict is not addicted to the heroin, is addicted to the feeling of the trauma.
No, the feeling of what heroin, brings him.
No, she read it again and see that he talks about the trauma is what they're addicted to the feeling that the trauma caused them. And that's why they take all of that, to keep them that. Go, if you Google it, it all comes up. And he talks about it extensively in that matter, that the addiction is not the drug, is what we got. And I was addicted to that. And I was uncomfortable with my trauma. Until after all this learning is that my trauma, I have found the diamond at the core of my trauma. And that's what you and I both coach people to find the brilliance at the peak of their agony and problems as mothers. But those mothers are somebody's child themselves. Somebody gave birth to those mothers, and they are lacking it, and they need to find the brilliance and the diamond at the core of being first who they are as a human before they can become that mother, and to celebrate them, to help them to celebrate whatever they went through in life.
Yeah,
to celebrate it and find the goodness in it and find the gift in it. And I wrote an article 2021, I think it was, or 2022, and Tiny Buddha published it. And I said, finding the gift through your traumas, and everything that I've been through. And I got bombarded by lots of calls on that, like, how do you do it? And I said, exactly what I said.
Because it's everyone's story, right?
Exactly. And when you look at it, really, we are all one. Our pains are all the same.
They are.
Pain is pain. There's no any other way around.
If we open up, that's the human experience. I call it sometimes and that's why also sometimes people are ashamed and are hiding, and because they think that, or they're isolated, they keep themselves to themselves. Sometimes you feel like, oh no, like yours is worse, or yours is more shameful, and you realize that, oh my goodness, it's just called life. It's human experience. Nothing new under the sun,
Yes.
Everybody, since the beginning of times, we've all been going through the same things. if only we come together as community, if only we go and seek for help, if only we talk about it, if
If
only
only
we
we're
open up.
open to accept the help, if only we're willing to say this is time to get help, and if only we're surrendering to the help.
Yeah.
Because for as long as you guard it like this, whatever comes in, it hits this wall and is not going to go because this wall is thick here.
Yeah.
But
We
if
are
only
our
to
own.
surrender
Yeah.
and say, I am open to receive.
I let go.
I'm searching.
I let go. I am open to receive. We are our stumbling block. Just to finish, because we have already reached our time. I gave some phone calls to last week, and then I sent some texts because I realized that there's so many stories that I was telling myself in my head. Especially, I was looking at my relationships, and I don't have issue with anyone, but there are some people that I stopped reaching out to because of the stories I tell myself. And so I was like, I create my own stories. I create my own problems. And then I reach out to people, to say, hey, sorry, I haven't reached out to you. And they're like, oh, so good to read from you. Oh, yeah, actually, you didn't do anything to me. I miss you and stuff, or, thank you for being so wonderful. I love being your friend. Or I just started reaching out to people, and people are open, right? And so
100%.
my point here is that most of the time, we are our own stumbling block, It's the things we believe in our head.
It's the thought, as Byron Katie said, is
the thoughts
that they are driving us crazy. But choose wisely, change to come from a place of love, be willing to change. And I always, because I'm a God lover, I always say, let go and let God.
Yes, let go and let God. That's a good word to finish our time together today.
That's right. Well, it was wonderful to be here with everyone.
Of course, yes, comment, share, reach out. We will be more than happy to continue the conversation in private.
Your shares and your comments will encourage us to do better here and to hear you and to acknowledge you and to answer any questions that there are for you. And between the two of us, having a very up and down lives that we've lived, which has been our blessings, I'm sure we can satisfy you with our answers in there.
Voila. Have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next month.
We'll see you next month
For our worthy conversations. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.